Are you stressed, or do you recognize signals from a burnout? Do you keep on overthinking all the time? Are you not sure if you want to stay in your relationship? Do you experience physical problems or pain in your body? Or is there something else in your life that you're struggling with or feel you're out of control? Listen to our podcasts.
We are Alex and Aline, and we will help you to get out of this situation. Based on our own experiences and together with a unique coaching method, the body and mind language, we will put you in motion to make the right choices. It will result in less stress, living in the moment and a more free and enjoyable life.
We gaan gewoon.
Shall we get started?
We shall get started.
Welcome to our
Welcome.
video 18.
18.
1-8.
That means our sessions are officially in adulthood. 18.
18. I was very curious what you were going to say. But yeah, okay, we are.
Alex with this crazy
Well,
idea.
that's true because we are growing up.
We are growing up.
Absolutely. Well, very nice because today we're going to talk about. Well, you are going to talk about you because we spoke already a lot about the body and mind language.
Mm-hmm.
And all the different stages. Last time we spoke about what it brings me.
Yeah.
So how does
Beautiful
it work?
steps.
Thank you.
No, indeed.
How does it impact your life? What does BML bring you? The body and mind language.
Oh yeah. God, it's so much. I mean, first off, to be honest, what body and mind language does for me is, whilst learning it, also releasing old topics, old energies, even to a traumatic level, from past childhood experiences, relationship with my parents, family stories, whatever, step parents, step grandparents, because I had it all, foster parents. I mean, it was everything was there.
Yeah.
So it really has that power. To name it in the beginning, to in a very loving, direct, helping, as in short amount of time, and also direct as in straight to the point, way. This is how I would describe it, because I had, for the same experiences from the past, already what you call that in English? In Dutch we say gesprekstherapie, just like talking sessions, with a psychologist.
Yeah.
And she said, well, Alex, back then that was, how old was I? 19, 20? No, sorry. No, God, no, 23, 24.
Okay.
And I still carried a lot of shit around with me. And she always said, after half a year talking sessions, once a week in the beginning and then every second week in the end, she said, Alex, you're fine. You function, you can laugh, you can sleep, you function.
Yeah.
To that regard, I can't help you really any further.
Yeah.
There's nothing coming out. We tried now for half a year, but it's so stuck. I don't know what to do, what else to do. Nowadays, I know that we have a dear friend, a psychologist as well. She has different techniques, Karin, and she has different manners of doing that, not only talking, but combining a lot of other things with that talking. So that helps already immensely. Yeah. And I can only say that's perfect. And I hope Karin really continues on her journey, because that's added value for a lot of people. Though for me, since I now work with BML and you help me in sessions that I can experience myself and others, that there is really that potential in a very effective and short way, get rid of what stuck around for years.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think that's really it.
And how does it? So what for you makes the body and mind language different than therapy sessions or maybe other things that you did in your life so far to get, because we also talked a lot about your past and what happened, because it was really severe and traumatic. So what does BML does different to you?
I think no, not I think I know. One of the things is the key difference is really for no, sorry, this is how I should say it. For me, with all of the past experience, what I kind of started was cutting off feeling and the rest of my body, let's say, totally from the rational mind, from thinking. There was a cut. It was like separate entities.
Right.
Um, with talking through things, you might touch on the other thing, but you basically just remain in the head and you keep talking and you just are in that realm.
Right.
And you always try to get over to bridge it and to get over to the other rest of you, but you don't get that. You don't get there. Exactly. There's like, and you get frustrated, you get annoyed, and then you fall back, and then you block it because it's like, oh, I've tried so many times, and then after a time it bubbles up again. So you try again, but it's not working, and you are in the cycle of not getting anywhere. And with BML, that was all of a sudden it was gone, right? Because there was, instead of trying to bridge it, we first went to the other island, which is your body, and from there could easily bridge back into rational mind. So on a very high level, this is basically, we're doing it the other way around. And that really helped me because for the first time ever, I was first seeing what comes up in my body, what kind of posture, what kind of topics are coming up. The associated feelings with that were easily relieved and released, and I could feel them and I could work through them, let them go. Not let them go, it's more giving them a place, I think.
Yeah.
Accepting, and then
accepting it's there. It has been there.
Exactly. Yeah. And accepting it's there for a reason. Yeah. It had its purpose, but now let that whatever you had with it go, and just gives that feeling the place. Yeah. And then in the last step, you understand it, and that's, at times we joke around and say we do it through the back door, but it's in essence what it does. And I think that really helps me. That's the big change with BML, with body mind language, where that's really for me at least, and I think a lot of other people who might fall into that, I don't want to say category, who might have similar things to deal with. Yeah. This is really where it can help.
Absolutely.
And the only thing that it asks, in a very loving and forgiving manner, because you have the rest of your life to work with it. You can, it's really forgiving as such. The technique, it doesn't ask for a lot. Just be open. I think just be open. Yeah. and a bit and lean in. I think try to lean in. And it doesn't have to be a lot. It's just this tiny first step to try it. Yeah. To just try it. You don't have to just lean in all the way and get overwhelmed or something. Just that first little step to just try it out in baby steps. Yeah. In baby steps, and then do it quicker and quicker and quicker. And through this way, what we shared with you last time as well, if people hear that again, I think it's very interesting to see how then with those baby steps, you're actually like a shooting star. You're going way faster than I had, for example, in that half year of therapy or whatever you have. Some people might have that 3-5 years and don't get anywhere. Yeah. And I think that's the true potential in it, and with that technique, how it works.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I definitely see what you are saying, and you are also saying, right, that there is a big thing happening in the rational mind, I would say, and that's where we focus on a lot. And then because I know that you also meditate, you do yoga. I don't know if there is other body work that you are doing.
Dancing,
yeah, for sure, yeah, dancing, of course. So you focused also on your body, and really this body and mind language is now connecting it, right?
Exactly.
It's really, you were looking for the bridge, but you never found it. But now this is bringing you the bridge, right? Exactly. So it's the body and mind language bridge. Oh, yeah. I love it.
The body and mind language bridge, yeah.
I love it. And so for me, I also experienced that in the beginning, it was not always so easy to go in my body. It took time. and that was also okay for me, by the way. How is that for you? Was it easy for you to, during the BML interventions, the exercises that we did, to really feel in your body where it sits and what is your posture? Or did you go quickly to your rational mind?
Good question. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a tough one. Not the question. It's what happened. I just realized, because in the beginning it was, so the work that comes up isn't difficult. It's awkward. It was super awkward because there was this huge gap in what the mind thought, or the rational ego mind, whatever you want to call it, thought it should be, and what actually came out. There was a lot of times something entirely different. It was either the opposite or something completely different, and the mind went like, what the hell? What's this now? I don't get it. And you then need to go through the steps and the journey itself to then afterwards, in the last step, understand it. And I think, okay, that goes quite far now, but if you and the listeners might stick with me there for a moment, in doing that, is don't start with your rational mind. If you get stuck there and you don't get any further, try the rest of your being, let's say, and with body mind language we do this through the body, and then see what comes up. And we are sitting actually more, I think, in our right hemisphere. We're sitting on the other side of the brain, that through how we're living in society, we underuse quite a bit, I think, and we really go there. And this is where we always say we tap into this full potential, if you want to see that from a more scientific fact or biologic view, I would say. You change from left hemisphere over to right hemisphere, the islands, from rational mind to body feeling, that sits in the other hemisphere of your brain, doesn't it? And really going there and seeing what is happening there, and from there making that connection back. And I think if you really, for where I see the potential in body and mind language, is really bringing forth the next level, or is helping, facilitating in the next step of human development. Because where I see us stuck as human race today is really too much in the rational mind, because we gave that order to make decisions, to guide our lives, to control, to keep us safe, to secure every step along the way, that rational mind. And it's stressful factors like, back in the days it was a tiger eating us. Today it's the boss giving us strange orders. The brain doesn't differentiate. It's equally stressful to our body then as well. The sensors are getting out in that. So we're overusing that mind. Whereas if we integrate and try that more with the right hemisphere of our brain, where a bit of language sits, but really pictures, visualization, the feeling centers also are connecting quite a bit on that hemisphere, and others, where creativity really sits, is getting through that and then connecting it back and really making this symbiosis that eventually both can live in harmony, and you can switch easily from one side or the other. This is the next step of human evolution, in getting that brain centered back in balance, and then see what's potential there, because then you really step into your, and now I'm coming back from a humanity topic, because I know I'm always the guy who sees it like all the way out and back in. So we go back in on individual level, is stepping in your true potential and getting that out, and really getting your full potential that you actually brought here when you were thrown on this planet as a baby. When you decided to come here, as I always say, and see what happens then. So I would say, and that's only the start. So let's get moving.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I don't know where that all came from. But
no, but I'm really listening. It's very interesting what you are saying, because I also talk more about balance. Nature is always looking for balance, and you make me aware that we are, even in ourselves, we are out of balance with using, first of all, our brain, and not really our body. So that's the first unbalanced situation, I would say. But then even our brain, we use much more our left brain
exactly.
than our right brain. So we first need to reconnect those, and then feelings, sensations, creativity.
So yeah, it's interesting. Wow, I think we can do another video around this.
I think so.
But thank you very much for sharing. Really nice.
Thank you as well for listening, and
Thank you.
yeah, for being able to share this with the world and with you, and your stories, my stories. I just can't wait to get moving on this one and see what else we can create.
Absolutely, and hope we can continue to inspire others, right? Because you definitely inspired me today about the balance.
Thank you. Thank you
so much. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.